Hello, my name is Brenna Host. Today we're going to look at the journey on figuring out technology and how to implement it in the best possible way in my future classroom to improve the learning for my students. Thing one was the basics. Screenshots and show me videos can be extremely helpful for learners, especially the age of digital medium. I learned many new things such as how to screenshot a full screen, to zoom in and out, and how to find a specific phrase or word on a page simply by pressing Ctrl and the F key. SAMR is used to implement technology in the classroom. Substitution could be used to simply write a paper in Word. Augmentation could be used to help students format their paper and use spell check. Modification could include allowing the students to write the paper in Google Docs and having their peers edit the paper. Redefinition is when the students could take their paper and turn it into a movie. Thing two is called the face of your classroom. Options for the face of your classroom may include blogs, wikis, learning management systems, or district purchase systems. These are all wonderful ways to create an online presence of your target audience. One that I use frequently is Weebly. Weebly is a free site where you can create your own website. You can upload homework assignments, classroom news, your syllabus, and other helpful resources for your parents and students. Moodle is also another site used for posting electronic copies of work and being able to grade digitally. And these are two examples of Weebly on the right and Moodle on the left. Thing three is visual learning. Word clouds are used to introduce vocabulary words when exposing students to a new lesson. Some websites that can be created using word clouds are abcya.com, answergarden.com, and Wordle. In viewing 180 ways to use word cloud, I have learned that lesson plans can be put into a word cloud to give the students a heads up about what they will be learning and some of the words that they will need to know. Also, word clouds are used in assignment after reading. They could put in keywords to a word cloud and compare with the class. Quick response codes or QR codes can also be used in the classroom. Information in QR code might be an assignment, useful phone numbers, websites for the class, study guides, email addresses, and messages, and more. Thing four is cloud initiation. The cloud is like having another hard drive. It saves documents, pictures, music on the internet instead of the computer. You can access the file anywhere as long as you have internet. Google Docs is an example of the storage documents and presentation. Picasa is an example of this for pictures. Attached is a copy of my personal Google Drive. So I have pictures and presentations and letters and documents all saved on here that I can have quick access to from any computer. Thing five is collaboration. Online collaboration resources can provide users with the ability to work together at the same time or at different time in different places. Attached is an example of a collaborative site that includes pictures, videos, and documents that can be shared through social media and also allows you to collaborate with others. Doodle.com is an online scheduling site where you can see available times and when the creator is meeting with someone else. It is very useful in the classroom for things such as conferences. Thing six is communication. Communication beyond the classroom is very important. Coworkers, students, and parents need to have access to the teacher. Skype is an important tool used to allow parents and students to use to communicate with the teacher outside of the classroom. Zoom is also an application you can get for a phone or computer that allows for video chat, such as if a student is in the hospital and you can record the class and have the absent student watch it live. While using Skype, I have learned how to talk with more than one person at a time. Using Skype or Zoom, it allows the educator to be in more than one place at once. Thing seven is productivity. While teaching a class, sometimes we run across videos or websites that we want the students to write down or explore other ways to use on their own time. However, some of these URLs are lengthy. By going on to goo.gl, it is possible to shorten a URL and still able to get the students to a correct site. Zamzar is a free online website that is able to convert files. I have run into many circumstances where I cannot open a file because it is the wrong format, or I cannot upload a picture to a certain website. With this application, you are able to convert documents, pictures, and music, and more for easier access. Here we have a Google Calendar. This is a collaborative calendar which you can share with others or create a group calendar and set the calendar up through email to get sent reminders about appointments and other things that are scheduled. This is an example just quickly put together about a class schedule. Thing 8 is digital citizenship. After reading the 9 themes of digital citizenship, I believe it is important to teach my students how to respect themselves and others over technology. We must teach everyone to become responsible digital users in this new society. It is important to teach these users that stealing, causing damage to other people's work, identity, or property online is a crime. There are certain rules of society that users need to be able to be aware of in an ethical society that I believe that teachers are responsible for. Explaining to students what is and is not appropriate will be discussed with my students before I expect them to perform correctly. Thing number 9, being legal and fair. Grammarly is a tool that can be used in the classroom. You can simply upload it to a paper, and Grammarly checks spelling and grammar errors as well as plagiarism. So this is a very helpful tool when students are beginning to learn about plagiarism and about copying others' works. Thing 10 is search strategies. Knowing how to evaluate the information we find on the internet is critical. As teachers, it may be difficult to enforce students to use databases instead of a search engine. Kidsearch.com, as you see as an example on the left, is a great website for elementary teachers. Not only does it have search engines such as the ones listed below, it has kids' music, learning games that go along with math and reading and spelling, informational YouTube videos, pictures, encyclopedia, news, cool facts, and search training. A website that would be helpful in my future classroom in that way, it will help me teach and inform my students how to use search engines and how to navigate the web through kid-friendly sites. As students get older and start writing papers online, it is important to introduce them to a citation site to help them not plagiarize. Some sites listed below I have had experience with, such as NightSite and Purdue OWL. The other sites I have not done so much exploring on and seem suiting for elementary and middle school students. Thing 11, content area. In the classroom, there will be all sorts of learners, visual, auditory, and hands-on. By implementing videos and podcasts into my lessons, there will be a higher chance of the students learning and obtaining the information. There are several video sites that can be school-based. The ones listed here I have had experience with throughout my schooling and I wish to implement in my future classroom. iTunes can be implemented through the classroom for brain breaks or as transition pieces. When a certain song comes on, the students know that they are transitioning to a new subject. It will help ease the chaos of the transition time in many elementary school classrooms. WorldBook Online is an online interactive way to immerse the students into the information that you are teaching. There are many activities you can create online to relate to any lesson. So below I have a screenshot of a crossword puzzle that has to do with vocab words. Thing 12, interactives. Interactive websites are designed to enhance online learning opportunities and engage students in authentic learning processes. They incorporate a variety of content, including online video, quiz features, games, and interactive assignments. Some are skill-based, but many of these will take a student through a whole lesson. Throughout history.com, you can manage your class's progress through a lesson. This site allows me to send a code to my students and have them log on and participate in the lessons. Thing 13, digital images. Voki is an online site where you can create an avatar of yourself, such as the one on the left. This tool could be useful when you're introducing yourself to the students. It can also be a fun assignment where students can create one in the first week of class to introduce themselves to you and the class. PhotoPeach, as an example on the right, is also a great tool that can be added to a website. It is a software that takes photos and turns them into a slideshow. This can show parents a snapshot of what their students have worked on throughout the week. Thing 14, powerful presentations. Google Slides is a powerful way to share the work cooperatively on a project. In order, groups using Google Slides would be beneficial because the teacher could share the slideshow with the student to use from home and access the day's material, or if they were sick and missed out on the material. Students can also work on Google Slides as a cooperative group project. Thing 15, Professional Learning Networks, or PLN. Professional learning networks give you the ability to stay in touch with great people, including experts on the field, colleagues, staffs, or other school leaders. This form of social networking may be also called global learning communities. Social networking sites, examples such as Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Pinterest. Educational organizations are examples include MACUL, ISTE, and MORE community. While on Google, you can click where your picture is in the upper right-hand corner when signed in and go to Google+. There you will have different genres of things to follow. Once following the education site, you can get news and education, articles, pictures, and much more. I watched a video on how to use Skype in the classroom to connect with authors and students around the world to discuss relevant topics. Here's the link I used to watch the videos, and you can click on it on your own time. But I had no idea about this Google, how to follow different education things on Google. It was amazing. Thing number 16 is universal design for learning and differentiation. Differentiated teaching is something every teacher should become a master at. Not all of the students in the class are going to learn the exact same way. I have practiced many types of differentiated instruction. One type of differentiated instruction I have used is reading a test out loud to a child. This was a learning experience for me. To make it so I can read to each individual and the child in my class, I can pre-record myself reading and post it to my website or YouTube channel and have the students watch it when they need it and at the speed that they need it. They can pause it whenever they'd like and they can resume whenever they're ready. As a future educator, I need to recognize these three components for my students. Support recognition is learned by providing multiple and flexible methods of presentation. Support strategic learning by providing multiple and flexible methods of expression and apprenticeship. And support the effective learning by providing multiple and flexible options for engagement. This is a page, the UDL website, that gives me many different ways to differentiate teaching. Number 17, evaluation and assessment. Evaluation and assessment not only benefits the students but the teachers as well. It informs the teacher how they are teaching and what works best and what doesn't work. It helps the students by providing them feedback on how well they understand the material. Data is collected and can be used to benefit the school as a whole or just a single classroom. FERPA is a law that is enacted to protect the rights and privacy of your student. These laws are set in place so that not just anyone can have access to the school data. HIPAA laws are set in place to protect the rights of your students' medical information. These two laws are talked about constantly in my special education classes at Alma. Thing 18, dig the data. Educators use spreadsheets as data collection lists, calculation, storing, sorting, exploring what-if questions, problem solving, and creating graphics to show trends and analysis. In the top left-hand corner is a screenshot of an Excel document showing the highlighted table set before I sorted the data by number and assessed from smallest to largest. I did this by selecting the custom sort in the toolbar. Furthest to the right, in a highlighted section, it shows how I took the data and got total percentages of the columns J, K, and L. Next, on the bottom, is a screenshot of a bar graph I created with the Excel document It shows an orange that did not meet the benchmarks and blue the trends that throughout the years. This was fairly easy once